Hey, I'm Pep, and this is a Pep Talk. Now today, we're going to talk about having fun while you're playing board games. Now I know you're probably thinking, but Pep, I know how to have fun, that's why I'm playing board games. And I know you're probably playing a specific game because it's enjoyable to you, but I want to talk more about extra little things you can do to bring more fun to your game night. There's some really basic ones like spicing up the choice of games, maybe pulling out a party game or a dexterity game here or there, if that's something everyone would be into. Personally, I like to use it as a way to take a break between a heavier game. You play something crunchy that'll take an hour and a half, then you play a quick little dexterity game or party game for 10-15 minutes, then you jump to another game. Another easy way to spice things up is to bring snacks. Pretty much everyone likes snacks. Keep an eye out for allergies though. Something I find that happens at my game nights quite a bit, and I highly suggest it for you, is for people to break into song and sometimes dance. I mean, musicals do it, right? Often this will happen because somebody will say something that happens to be the opening lyrics to a song, or maybe you're reading the rule book and some lyrics happen to be written in there too. Now, if you use this as an opportunity to break into song, there is a 77.8% chance that somebody will join in with you. Maybe the whole table will, and eventually you'll all be singing along. Probably a good idea not to sing the entire song though. Unless it's like Bohemian Rhapsody or something, then you might be legally obligated to. Another thing that could have people singing along is if you simply play music in the background at your game night. Just make sure to keep the volume down at a reasonable level so people can still hear each other talk. And if people are going to be singing along to a song a lot while you're playing a game, a good rule I like to follow is that if it's your turn, you shouldn't be singing. You should be thinking and taking your turn. That keeps the game going smoothly and also gives other people something to do when it's not their turn. And try to keep the music selection to something that you think everyone will like, or give people the opportunity to go and pick their own songs, maybe help make your playlist. Just be ready that for some games the volume might need to come up, and for others it might need to go down. Jokes can also be great during game night, especially if they're cheesy and often repetitive. Puns forever! Now there's lots of things to make jokes about, but if you happen to be making a joke about something another person has done or is doing, that's probably okay if they're okay with a bit of light ribbing. You probably know the person better than I do. But that type of joke tends to be not funny the 7th or 8th time you do it. At that point, you're probably just starting to insult that person. And even if they are being a good sport about it and don't seem mad, it's probably not a good idea, and it's probably not fun for them. And that's something important about this and anything else I'll say in this video. If what you're doing is fun for you, but not for someone else, then you should be reconsidering it. Everybody should be having fun, not just you or me. Now, something a lot of people will do to have fun, assuming they're all of legal age, is drinking alcohol. Please drink responsibly. And I can't stress that part enough. Especially if you're not really used to this game group yet, don't show up with a 2-4 thinking you're gonna have a wild time. Make sure you know the group. Make sure you've talked to them ahead of time about whether or not alcohol is okay. For some people, it's absolutely not okay. And even if you do have a game night where everyone's drinking, make sure to keep around the same level as everyone else. If everyone is having 1 or 2 drinks that night and you've had 9, chances are you're going to be sloppy, maybe even mean and out of control. Generally, there's a plateau that you'll hit where you're not really able to play games anymore. You're basically just there. And while I understand why some people will do this, again, it's important that everyone is having fun. So practice moderation and figure out the feeling of the group around you. And if people will talk about wanting to bring their kids or people who are underage, that's probably a good reason not to bring alcohol this time. Anyway, another way I like to have fun at game nights, and my personal favorite, is making sound effects. This might seem a little ridiculous, but anytime I'm in a battle, I'll make, pew pew, clang, cring kind of noises. If I'm going onto a new space, I'll make a bloop or a bleep, maybe even make noises as I collect resources. Now, if you think to any app version of a board game that you've played, that's what you generally hear. If you are to collect wood, you'll likely hear a or something like that. There's a reason they do that, because our brains react well to these little noises. It's entertaining, and if you do it, you'll likely add a little fun for everyone else at the table, and it'll be hard not to crack a smile yourself. Anyway, that's been my pep talk. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or any other ideas for fun that you can have at game nights, put them in the comments below. I'd also love to hear any stories you have about things that you do to spice up the fun at your game nights. Again, thanks for watching. Bye!